Hi, Jenny here. Today we are going to make some hearty oatmeal carrot muffins. Let's get started. For this recipe we are going to need some nonstick spray, 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 cup of white sugar, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of oil, 1/2 cup of applesauce, 3 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1/2 cup of rolled oats, 1/4 cup of dried coconut flakes, 1/2 cup of raisins, 2 cups of shredded carrots, and 1 8-ounce can of crushed pineapple. Start with draining your pineapple. I'm just doing mine in a regular glass because I like to drink the pineapple juice. So while that's draining, we are going to go ahead and I'm just going to mix everything up in a bowl today. You could use a mixer if you wanted to. So I started with this one figuring I was going to mix my dry ingredients first and then add this to the wet, but I'm just going to try mixing in a big bowl today. So we're going to go ahead and add that flour and then our teaspoon of baking powder. At least this recipe has both of them, but then you just have to remember which one is the 1 teaspoon and which one is the 2 teaspoons. So 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Again, so we don't mix that up. And while I have this out, we're going to do 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And then it was the 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And we will go ahead and give this a stir, mix that all up. Figure seeing as we're doing muffins, I'm going to use my large serving spoon. Hopefully it won't be too noisy. I thought about doing a wooden spoon. This is the spoon I like to use when I am making muffins or cupcakes, because it seems that I can do just like 1 large spoonful into each muffin tin, muffin cup. I think it's 1.5. It's been a while since I've made these. The girls are grown. I don't have reason to make cupcakes. I used to, make them cupcakes and take them to school for their birthdays or for 100 days of school or whatever, something special. And now I don't do that. Okay. This is a really large bowl. It says make a well in the center. Obviously, if you have a smaller bowl, just make some room in the center that we're going to start adding our wet ingredients. Now we'll go ahead and add some of those wet ingredients. So we have our 1/2 cup of white sugar. I like to keep my white sugar in a bin. It seems to keep it from hardening up and getting lumpy. All that, so that, 1/2 cup of brown sugar. I also usually keep my brown sugar in a bin. That also helps it keep from getting all hardened up. So that's very nice. So the brown sugar, I like to just, if I can, get my cup in there and then pat it on the outside. Make sure because brown sugar is supposed to be packed. So we have that. And we need 1/2 cup of applesauce. Let's see if I can pour it. Oh yeah. Nice. Okay. And then our 1/4 cup of oil. Teaspoon of vanilla. One of Wayne's co-workers actually makes her own vanilla, so she nicely gave Wayne a container for Christmas one year. So I have that. And then the 3 eggs, and you want to lightly beat them first. And then go ahead and add those in. And then we're going to mix that all up. So, just like scrambled eggs I made this morning for breakfast. ahead. Mix this all up well. Get it all incorporated. Whole lot of ingredients, so like I said, it makes very nice hearty muffin. Good to eat for breakfast or a snack. Sometimes I have breakfast and then it's always like, oh, I want just a little bit more. And then again, this kind of being like a, you know, a bread muffin, so that I'm like, well, instead of having a piece of toast, then I have a muffin. And this one's going to have carrots and pineapple in there, so you're going to get some of those fruits and vegetables in again too. Like I say, sometimes you need to secretly hide them in things for your kiddos or something, or maybe even yourself if you don't care to eat vegetables. Hard to get that stuff in, and it's like, well, a muffin's easy to eat. Let's just let's grab that. There we go. That's all mixed. Now, let me clean this up a little bit and we'll get to the last of our ingredients. Time to get the last of the ingredients in. So we had that half cup of raisins. I had just enough, that's perfect. I've started using raisins in my salads and that's been really tasty, but I'm good. I had just enough left. Quarter cup of coconut. I don't know if I'd have enough coconut left either. I started pouring the bag in and I'm like, well, that's like 3/4 of a cup. I'm like, I don't need that much. Only the half cup. A quarter cup. 2 cups of those shredded carrots. So 1 bag of carrots gives you approximately 2.5 cups of shredded. I use my food processor for this to shred them up. You can also buy shredded carrots already shredded at the store in the grocery section. Half a cup of rolled oats. Yeah, with the carrots too, I was like, oh, I prepared a bunch of them, I cut them up and peeled them, and then it was like, oh, that was too many carrots, which is okay. I will use the rest of my shredded carrots on my salads. All right, and that pineapple. Okay, put that there. Look at that. It looks so good. So again, we're just going to then mix this all up. Yummy, yummy. I'm glad too that 1 pound of carrots was enough. I knew I had bought carrots specifically for the recipe, and then I was making my carrot juice earlier in the week and thinking, I think I need to save this 1 pound of carrots for something. So I also bought a 5-pound bag. So I used the 5-pound bag for juicing. I actually had a couple carrots left from that one. So I didn't have to use the whole 1 pound bag from this, which is okay, but I was surprised that what I did put in there made so many, because again, you look at a regular carrot and I'm like, oh, this isn't going to make so much shredded. Oh yeah, it made enough. So there we go. Talk about a hearty muffin. Ooh, look at all that goodness. Excellent. Okay. For the heck of it, let's have some pineapple juice. Cheers. Yum. I like pineapple. You can utilize your muffin tin just plain if you'd like to, or if you have some nice little muffin cups, you can use those. I'm going to go ahead and spray these. I know usually with the muffin cups you're not supposed to spray them. Sometimes with muffins they get really sticky and they really stick to it, so you're peeling away the paper and like half your muffins coming off with it. So I'm going to go ahead and just give these a light spray. I have my little misto sprayer here that I just have olive oil in, so you can use any type of non-stick spray that you like. And then preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And we are going to go ahead and fill these muffin cups about 2/3 full. So you should get 15 to 20-ish muffins. So, try to get one a little full enough and the other a little too full. So I've got to get my rhythm down again as to how much of the spoonful I need. I know there are the big scoops that you can use, the big silver like ice cream scoops that are made for baking. I don't have, I don't know why, I don't have the really big one. For some reason I thought that I wouldn't use something that big. I have a small one, I have a medium one. Then again, I don't make, like I said, I don't make muffins or cupcakes again very often. Well, I've been making them more. And these would be good if I freeze them also. Because again, at this point, we don't have a lot of big family gatherings, or I don't have a big family I could share with. I share things with my mom. My husband doesn't really have a lot of coworkers per se. He kind of works off in the back office by himself and doesn't see a lot of people. So, like I said, I share these with my mom, and then Wayne and I eat them. And if my girls are gone at the moment, they're not home, or they would help me eat them. So we'll see. I shared some cookies with my mechanics last time I made them because again, there were just so many and I didn't need that much in the house. They were very happy to have them. In fact, one of the workers came out from the back and saw that I had, you know, what I brought in and stuff, and he was already like counting how many were in there and calculating. It was like, oh, hey, we could each have 4 of these. So that was very cute. So I know they are very appreciative of that. It's nice, you know, they're boys. And oh, they eat a lot. They don't have any food allergies and that I've heard of. So that's also nice that they can just eat anything. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish filling my other tin. When the oven is preheated, we will bake these for 25 minutes or until toothpick inserted in comes out clean. I was able to fill 20 muffin cups with this mixture. So now again, we will bake it for 25 minutes. My oven just beeped, that's preheated at 325 degrees. So we can go ahead and I can fit 2 of these trays side by side in my oven and bake them all at once. Oven is beeped. Let's check out our muffins. Smell good. These look very dumb. Okay. These look nice and done. So, let's test them with a toothpick. They all turned out about the same size. It's good. It's clean. These are nice and dense. It's a little better. That's good. Just one of these. Oh yeah. It's going in. It's solid. It's good. So we will let them cool. The Hearty oatmeal carrot muffins are cool. So they look pretty good. You can even see on the top, you can see some of the oats, you can see some of the carrot. On this one I can't see pineapple, on some of them I could see the pineapple on top. So again, like it's, like I said, like a little breakfast snack, a little breakfast. Maybe if you're rushing out the door, if you don't have time to eat a little bit more. But you got your oats in here, you got your carrots, you got your pineapple. So you have a little bit of that sweetness besides just being a muffin. And again, obviously, like I said, it could take place of if you have toast in the morning, or maybe for another meal if you'd have like a roll or something. So let's give it a taste. That's tasty. Very flavorful. Hint of sweetness. It feels hearty. It feels like it's not dense, like, you know, bite into it, it's not really dense. It's very soft and moist, but it feels like it would be very filling. So, I like that. I'm going to enjoy eating this. I will leave this recipe down below. Let me know in the comments down below if you like to eat muffins. What type of is your favorite flavor? What type of things do you like to add in? Have you ever had one that's had vegetables in it? I could say fruit, but there are blueberry muffins and all that, so I suppose more of the vegetables. Like, you know, I've made breads that have the zucchini in there and stuff, and carrot, obviously carrot cake and all that. So this isn't really like carrot cake, a little bit of a similarity, but more of a muffin. Again, easy to eat, easy to go, good portion size. So I'm going to go finish enjoying my snack. You guys keep it positive. Go make it a great day. Bye-bye.